Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Victor Odongo, the COOPS and Help Officer in this premium institution that is the Michuki National Polytechnic. And thank you so much for inviting me for this interview. I hope I'm going to answer all your questions as you've prepared for.
Okay, thank you, Bwana Odongo, for your response. And first and foremost, let me take this opportunity to say we got something called HELP, and many students, I know many students, especially those who are going to join September intake, they are just getting the name HELP. So, what is HELP?
HELB is the Higher Education Loans Board. That is the body that is mandated for giving loans to the student in higher learning institution. That is the university, colleges, and also KMTCs. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for good information. And before we go far away, what are the main roles and responsibility of HELP?
The main roles of HELB, number one, they give loans to the students in universities.
Yes.
And they also ensure that those students in KMTC also get loans, and they also deal with the scholarships together. So main role is just giving loans to the students in higher education learning.
Okay, as you all know that the HELP portal is soon being open, and can you explain how the loan application process goes, or how does it work?
Okay, number one, we're expecting that the portal will be open on 1st July this year.
Yeah.
So in maybe 1 week's time, we shall be applying for the students. Now, for you to qualify for the loan, you must have, number one, you must have a national identity card. That
Yes.
is for if you're a Kenyan student. Also, you must have a KRA PIN. That is if you have an ID. And for those who don't have an ID, they can come with their birth certificates, and we shall be able to help them in applying for the loans.
Okay, let me ask, if you don't have the KRA PIN, you can't access the loan?
You cannot access once you have an ID. That means you should have a KRA PIN. But if you don't have an ID, we can use your birth certificate. Now, for those who don't have a ID, we can use birth certificate, meaning that we shall not need their KRA PIN.
Okay, that means that when you are doing the application, there is a specific place you must indicate whether you have an ID or you don't have the ID.
Yes, when you are starting to apply, you must indicate whether you have an ID or you don't have an ID.
Okay, thank you for that. And on to another question. What criteria does HELP use to access the loan eligibility?
The criteria.
Yeah, the criteria the HELP use to use to access the loan eligibility.
Now, HELP, most of the time, the HELP loan have also initialized something called the band.
Yes.
So most of the students are either placed in band 1, band 2, or band 5. Now, there was this amendment that was done, and the things to do with bandings they were done away with. So most importantly, every student, once you apply, the only thing that you need for you to indicate is your parents' background. We shall use your parents' ID's number, and then we shall also stipulate if you are in a university. Maybe for those who don't know, HELP give more upkeep to university students rather than college students. So what we shall also indicate is either you are in university or you are in TVET. That is the only thing that the criteria that they use. If you are in university, they will give you more upkeep, and if you are in college, they will give you more school fees. That is the only difference.
Okay, so you want to tell us that there is difference between the university student and the college students in this thing called HELP?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you for that. And what types of loan does HELP offer to students?
We have salaried loans, and we have also the undergraduate loan.
Yeah.
Now, salaried loan are for only those people who are employed. If you are a teacher and you are doing your masters,
Yes.
you'll get something called salaried loan. But if you are undergraduate, meaning you are in college, TVET, or university, you shall get what we call just loan, meaning that you shall have to pay after you are done. And then for those who are doing salaried loan, you shall have to upload your pay slip. The only difference here is salaried loan and the undergraduate loans. That is the only difference.
Okay.
Yes.
And are there any specific repayment terms and conditions that borrowers should be aware of?
Yeah, they should be aware of that when you are done with your school,
Yes.
you shall only pay with a small interest, meaning they will not cut you a lot of interest when you are repaying. And also, you should also know that maybe when you are done with your studies, you shall not be pressurized to pay. But also know that you pay for the best for future students who are also joining to university and colleges
Yes.
to also be able to access those loans. So Once you have used those loans and you have already finished your studies, kindly make an appeal and pay your loans so that other students can also come and benefit for the loans. Yeah.
Okay, so that means that there are certain rates that help users to cut off or to repay their loans.
Yes, there is a rate that they use to repay their loans.
Okay, thank you for that. And to another question,
Yes.
how does help support students who are struggling to repay
To repay
their
the,
loans?
now help will only indicate if you are employed,
Yes.
they will only deduct a small amount to your salary. That is if you are employed. But if you are unemployed, there is something called repayment certificate, or rather there is a certificate that is issued once you have finished your studies. You will be issued with a certificate. Now they will not come to see if you are either struggling with finance. The only thing that help will maybe need from you is for you to prepare and repay the loan on time, so that you can also be effective for the others who come. So they will not come to see whether you are struggling or with finance or not. Yeah.
Also, that's where the KRF comes from.
That is where the Kenya Revenue Authority comes from. They also check if you are employed or not. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Have there any recent changes in health policy that students should know about? Since I know there are new students who are coming to join the institution,
Yes.
and there is something I think they should know.
Yeah, there's something that was introduced this year. So they introduced something called the banding model,
Yeah.
but later on they came and disbanded it. But there are others who are still using it. But the status of of the old funding model remains the same.
Yes.
The only thing that we need to encourage these students is they must also pass through the Kenya University and Central Placement Service, that is the CUPS, for them to be also able to benefit for scholarship. The only thing that has changed is that for both students who need loans, they should also be able to apply for CUPS so that they can also benefit for the scholarships.
Okay, for your information, let me ask you this question: how do they help place the student, or how do they choose the bands for the students?
They always check, but this has been an issue. It has not yet been sorted, so I will not tell you whether they have sorted it out or not.
Yeah.
There was an issue of banding model, but it was not yet discussed, and it was not implemented anymore. There are changes that are still coming, so once they are there, I'll be able to answer that questions. But for now, we remain with the model that is there.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yes.
And what measures does help takes to ensure transparency in its operation?
Now, things to do with transparency is very good. That's a very good question. Now, transparency comes in when you are submitting those documents, because you can never lie that you have an ID or not.
Yes.
Because at the end, we shall need to upload your parents' details. I think the transparency comes in when we are uploading the documents. Wrong details will also enhance wrong disbursement. Meaning, if you give wrong information, there will be no allocation in your portal. Now, if you come, we are applying for you. Kindly give us the correct information. We shall be able to help you out.
Okay, so
Yes.
you can't use any forged documents during the applications.
No, you can't use forged documents. The only documents you need are valid documents, your ID, your KRA PIN, your parents' ID numbers, very valid. We shall be able to sort you out. But when you come with fake documents, kindly note that you shall not get your allocation or any fund from the help.
Okay, what are the resources does help provide to help students manage their loans effectively?
The only resource that is there is it's only money.
Yeah.
That is the only resource that is there for the students, and the scholarship. Those are the only resources, yeah, that help is giving out to the students in universities and in colleges.
Okay,
Yes.
there is an upkeep and tuition fee
Yes.
guarantee for the students.
Yeah. We give you upkeep and we also give you school fee. Now, for those who are in university, we shall give them higher upkeep. We shall give them, they always receive 60,000 upkeep and 4,000 school fees. And like in colleges in TVET, where we give them around 29,000 the school fees and 9,000 or 8,000 that is the school. Now, the only difference that I want you to understand and the public to know
Yes.
is that those who are in university get more upkeep than those who are in colleges. Those who are in colleges get more school fees.
Yeah.
And it's good that if you get more school fees, I think you're sorted. Mambo iko sawa.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think on matter of fees, it is
Yes.
good they provide a high amount according to the upkeep.
Yes.
What I know, students in college, they misuse the money.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, now how does the students provide their concerns regarding help services? Since this has been a big problem
Yes.
onto many students, so how do they provide their feedbacks? Let me say feedbacks to the help official or to the help.
Okay, number one platform we shall use is this one. they also use this platform, the media team and the Michuki TV. Number two, they always come to our offices and our team there. We have an office here where they bring their issues there. We also have a group called the Michuki Help and Coops Updates, where we also receive feedbacks from there and we also see how we can sort out those problems where we can.
Okay, since the education system is coming or it is changing,
Mhm.
how does help learn to adapt to the changing educational landscape in Kenya?
It is not yet. It has not yet changed, but when it changes, we think we shall have a way. Also, help has will also have issued a way of adapting with the changes. Yes,
Okay, by now they are still using the current or the.
the old funding model.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you for that.
yes.
And can you share any success stories of students who have benefited from help loan?
Yeah, I am from since 2023, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
We have done around 2,000 and 2,500 applications. Those were from 2023. But up to now, we can say we have a good success. Students have been able to accomplish their studies. They have been able to pay their school fees. So we can say that help is working and Michuki is there to help you freely. We are here to help you and support you to apply where possibly, where there's a problem. We are also here available 24/7 to sort it out. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that good information.
Mhm.
And how does help engage with the educational institution to ensure students are aware of available resources?
Yes, now we engage with the institution through seminars, through marketing,
Yes.
and through academic tours, where we visit different high schools, different colleges to inform them and also to educate them on the importance of help and the importance of scholarship. So for those who fear that watakata kwa mshahara, my friends, kindly don't think that way. Kindly think positively so that you can be able to accomplish your studies on time using these loans, because these loans are yours.
Okay, thank you for good information. And now I know there are many students who would like to join the institution and
Yes.
apply for the help.
Yes.
What information can you give them or can you guarantee to them?
What I want to inform you, those who are watching me and those who are watching us, kindly don't sit at home. Come to Michuki, go to any other polytechnic or university, because they will be able to help you apply for these loans. They will be able to support you to apply for this scholarship free of charge. Visit our desk, visit the Michuki National Polytechnic desk, or call our numbers. We have the numbers we shall be able to give you so that we can be able to help you and to get more funds for you to study and succeed.
Okay, thank you for that. And how will you tell those who would like to join the Michuki National Polytechnic?
I like to tell them that you will be home away from home. Michuki National Polytechnic is the best college I've ever seen. It has created an environment for the students to pass exams, to sit and study, and to achieve their goals. Michuki is the home of champions. Kindly visit our school, come to our school, and your future is bright.
Okay, thank you for good information. That's how Michuki it's conducive to education. Thank you for welcoming us, and we'll be back with the more.